Hello, hi, sweet, lovely people. My name is Jess. We give a little hair flip. Welcome to yesterday's Coffee Grounds, where I typically talk about things that are going on in my life or that have happened in my life and hopefully have learned from. But hello, hi. Today is Tuesday. I am at my nighttime job, but since I don't smoke anymore, this is what I do for my break. So hi, I am definitely jacked up on caffeine. So we got a little bit of caffeine in us. I don't know why this subject actually gets me so feisty sometimes, but sometimes I get so feisty about this. And what really got me on this topic of being really bitter about this, one, because I can achieve it. It is not in my repertoire of skills to be able to achieve this. But two, when I was pregnant, there was many other girls who were pregnant, and I saw their nurseries, and it's like, oh my gosh, they have walls that are like this brown, like this neutral brown, and they have this little, like, the little rainbow stacks, but they're neutral colors. They're not like an actual color of a rainbow. They're like neutral pinks and browns and just very neutral. Neutral is the word. Aesthetically pleasing is the word. And you can be aesthetically pleasing while having fun. Right? And it's something that I can't seem to achieve. Know when you look at somebody's Instagram page. So I'm upset about this today because I try hard not to have any of these kinds of pages on my Instagram feed because it actually gets me like really torn up inside. One, because I think it's sad. I think it's sad when girls, usually it's girls, sometimes it's men, but girls are very specific of their Instagram and it looks this certain kind of aesthetic way that makes me feel like they're just so bland, even though they could be fun. And I'm not, if this is you or this is you trying to be like this, please stop. And I don't know, you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want in the world, right? You probably don't like that, I don't know, I come on here and film and I just like talk about my life. You're probably like, Jess, this is cringy, please stop. And it's like, well, you know what, this is a time capsule of me. This is just me, unedited, raw, hopefully not saying something to embarrass my future self. But it's something about this, for me, it's just so bland. Whatever happened to like this, like in this, I think I want to say it's like 2010 to 2021, and it's this 10-year era that I'm hoping just phases out, and we are seeing a little bit more playful colors, like this, I call it like a soft pixie look, where it's like, I don't know, just bright one color, not everything being bright, but when we're talking about makeup, it's not like a classic smoky eye or anything like that. But this neutral aesthetic is so boring to me. It is just something that, I am a creative individual. There's one thing that I read somewhere, and it was Yoko Ono who said it, that we're all born artists. Just some of us are conditioned to fall away from that. And I don't know, maybe that's people's art, is creating this aesthetically neutral profile that tells me nothing about themselves other than it looks like a fucking catalog. It looks like a catalog. Like even like some people's children. There's this one gal that I intentionally try to avoid, and I shouldn't get so worked up about it, but I don't know why I do. Maybe it's slightly jealousy. I don't know. Maybe I'm jealous of her. I'm not. Like, I wish I was born to two rich parents and just married someone who has two rich parents. Like, wouldn't that be nice? That would be great. I'm sitting on a fucking concrete floor in a liquor store. You know, that's not my life. I've accepted that, right? I've accepted that. And homegirl goes through her own struggles and adversities. I'm going through my own struggles and adversities. You see my thumb? I burned it the other day. And now I have this bright blue Band-Aid that I'm just like, hi. So I try to not follow. I don't follow her, but she was tagged in somebody's photo. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's got cute kids. I want to see what she's got going on. And I go on her page and it's like, oh my gosh, like, she's not matching with her kids. It's not like they're wearing the same sweater, but they are intentionally dressed to be so similar. And it's like, it's just like, oh my gosh, it's like literally a hair clip on a fucking table, and it looks so beautiful. It looks gorgeous. And I'm like, how do you do that? How do you just have this like aesthetically pleasing eye? Like me, I don't know. I have things that are nice, but I am a very, not chaotic. Chaotic isn't the word to describe me. So if she is someone like a poppy, maybe a poppy. No, maybe not a poppy. What's a type, I don't know why I'm going for a flower reference. You know what? She's almost like a croissant. You know how it's just like, it's so perfect and flaky, and there's lots of, you know, layers to it, and like you just have this expectation with a croissant, you know, that you don't get the same expectation with a scone. You know that the scone's going to be a little bit lumpy, and you're hoping there's ham in it. Okay, no, my metaphor is not good. Sometimes I'm really good with metaphors. This is not one of them. She's just, and I know I'm talking about one girl specifically, but it's something that I see over and over and over again. And I was a part of an MLM for a little while, and I did group call meetings, and there was this one girl, I couldn't even believe it. I cried, got rid of half my clothes because of this girl, and went to the thrift store and spent a bunch of money at the thrift store that I didn't really had. I was pregnant. I didn't feel good in my clothes, and she made me feel extra worse about it. I was in a group call with like 50 other people, 50 other girls mostly, and homegirl's like, she's like, there are so many things where it's like, if you're online, you gotta have a certain aesthetic, and you got, even if you like stuff, if you like maxi skirts, but that's not part of your aesthetic, if you're a gym person, you can't be wearing maxi skirts, so you got to get rid of that. You know how many things I got rid of just to fit my aesthetic, and so that people can come to my page and they know what I'm about. She's like, if you're going to go out and take photos, you want to find a neutral background. You don't want any distractions or anything. Maybe a palm tree, maybe a nice little palm tree, but you don't want to have any distractions in your photos. And it's like, oh my gosh, like, and I literally, I went out, I bought new clothes. I got clothes that were like an aesthetic for me. And then I went out and I took photos all day. This was what I did when I was pregnant, because it was during COVID and I had a lot of time on my hands. And I got really damaged because of this, because I'm like, how the heck do these girls do this aesthetically pleasing thing? This is not me. I am a creative human. I am born to be an artist, and I am born to be expressive and to be somebody who is not necessarily a peacock, but peacock. But I am somebody, I am very dynamic, and I hope that I can share this through film, and that y'all can capture like who I am as a person, because it is really difficult to have a conversation with yourself and to just like, for 10 minutes, right? We're talking about 10 minutes here. But I think, I don't know, if you go onto my Instagram page, which is Jess Poulsen, JESS _ Poulsen, POULSEN. I'm a hippie, I guess. I don't know. I guess that's my aesthetic. But I filmed a video a little while ago that I don't fit into a niche. They say that with YouTube, find your niche, and I'm just throwing a bunch of stuff at the wall and seeing what community that I really fit in best, and what people are looking for, because I'm really raw. I spent a lot of time on Instagram, on social media, where I would just be so raw during COVID. I would share a lot of stories and have lots of conversations with people that I had to take a step back. Maybe when my son turned 1.5, I had to take a step back from being online, because it was just too much. It was a lot of emotional conflict that and even now, like I'm still not prepared to do that on Instagram the same way that I used to be very expressive and explosive. And partly because like I went to school with all these people, and there's this perceived judgment that I don't really care about, because one, if they talk about me, I don't know. The only thing I really ever talk about from people that I went to high school with is like, oh my gosh, did you know so-and-so got married? Mom, did so-and-so's having a baby? Mom, you know, like I just tell my mom certain things, and I don't know, maybe it's the same for these people as well. Try not to look into it too much. But I just needed a break from Instagram especially. I still post here and there. And I think another thing too was my content went from me being relatable, connected and everything to me being a mom and sharing my mom journey. And then it turned into sharing mainly about my son. And I don't want him really to be on my social media. I think that is a big no-no. He's a beautiful child, and I just don't want the wrong people stumbling across him. So I don't think I've deleted anything from when he was younger, because I'm like, oh, they're just so cute. And yeah, I actually do care about the layout of my Instagram, because it's unfortunately now been ingrained in me after sitting in these MLM group calls that I do care. And I've always cared about my Instagram aesthetic. I don't know why. It's just my generation, and it's just how I was programmed at a certain age. So there you have it. There's the truth, baby. So that's a mild rant. I wish I wasn't like this, but I guess it's beneficial for something. There's something that I can utilize this skill for that it doesn't translate to Instagram, but it will translate to something. Y'all see my thumbnails. You know that I'm not aesthetically pleasing. I don't give a fuck, to tell you the truth. Like, stuff like that, I don't really give a fuck. But at the same time, I do. If I really did give like a huge F about everything, like, one, I wouldn't swear. Two, I probably would take a little bit more time in my physical appearance, but maybe I'm just comfortable. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to stop touching my hair. I'm just going to pop it back into a clip. Gorgeous. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for listening. Not to tell you what to do, but I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you are in the world. Please don't drink too much coffee. Oh my gosh, I am actually like buzzing a little bit. So thank you so much. My name is Jess. Bye.